Welcome back to Hearts of Iron. It is February 1940, and it's time to redeploy a lot of things and get ready for the next phase of the game, which is that weird inter-combat phase where France is gone, but Soviet Union is not been engaged yet. What is worth mentioning over here, I think, is that they are having a tough time with Finland, probably because they have, well, Finland's building piercing rather, they're building piercing, and they just want to put all their crap on my border because I am their biggest threat, as you could see right here. They are very scared of me and my allies, my whole faction. But in the meantime, yes, what I started to do was I have it's kind of like a Congo line of, I have a plane from Rome down to Sicily, and then from Sicily I am supplying Africa. I have a attack bomber wing here. I have a fighter wing closer to the front because it has less range than attacks. So when the allies eventually do cross this way across the desert, I will have some air power to keep them from annihilating Italy immediately. One thing worth mentioning, I guess, is because I chose to create Vichy France, they get this part of Africa, which the allies can't invade because Vichy France is independent, for now at least. So yeah, if I were to take that myself, it would essentially let Italy get backdoored into Africa from any kind of invasion, probably from Casablanca, and then just march all the way across that way. Good. Now next is Norway, like I said. So what I have over here, I'm just going to invade with my garrison. So I'm going to make a new core like this, and then put some kind of, probably a better wizard. Maybe I'll try Fortress Buster. I don't know, who knows. And then I will put this on one of my armies. Doesn't matter which army really, as long as they're in order of battle, so they get some bonus stuff. And this is kind of a mess, so not going to worry about that. While I see this, I will mention that I have my infantry going up towards the northern part of my border, since it's more forests and stuff like that. And my armor is coming down to, for now, Munich. And then from Munich, I will put a lot of it on this border, and then put the rest down here in the Ukraine/Poland area. And what's worth mentioning in this part is that my allies have cores on some of this stuff, as you can see. Some of it has IC. There's cores on the Slovenian part for Italy. And then over here in the Serbian part, there are Hungarian cores. So if you want to be a nice guy, let them get their cores. And something worth mentioning as well is that, unlike Hearts of Iron 4, where you could give land to your allies, I don't think it's really possible as a country at all in Hearts of Iron 3, so keep that in mind as well, I suppose. Yes, now what I'm going to do over here is, yeah, I have a new core in the order of battle, so what I'm going to do is just put these on these transports. The last time I invaded Denmark by using the right-click invasion option. This time I'll show you the other option, which is to control things manually, which is probably better and smarter in general. So I'm going to take my navy and move everything in position over here. Good. One last thing worth mentioning for sure is that I'm taking my light armor out of my order of battle, essentially. I'm putting them on their own army, which is a new 5th army. The goal is to just play defense, because what happens is the piercing on infantry gets better and better, and eventually all infantry can pierce light armor. So the goal is to just take them out of the order of battle and have them play defense with their combined arms and their pretty good experience to just fight on defense in the good terrain in France over here. Anyways, yeah, so I will push forward here. I've also moved in some aircraft from other parts of the country where there isn't much action for a while. Put my navs, fighters, CAS up here to be in range of Oslo, and then down here my attacks are a little bit further away, but they should still be in range, I think. Keep an eye on that. I will fast forward here, or just press play at least, and see what happens. Oh yeah, crap. I'm not gonna have fuel, actually. Fuel is very slow and annoying to deal with, so I might have to wait like a couple days or like a week for fuel to get in range. I suppose I could try to help the supply part by resupplying specifically up here. what seems to happen is when you strat redeploy units, they just suck up like a vacuum cleaner all supplies and fuel in the area. Kind of annoying. You're gonna start seeing these red supply shortages all over the place. Now again, what I'm gonna do is just park everything right here. I guess I'll wait until these come back up like this. And as soon as I get there, I will keep doing that. Now, what is this? Energy? Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Good. Okay. I'm gonna go like this. Put them here. And now I'm gonna declare war for Conquer. Conquer. Let's see. I'm not going to attack from the sea with just crappy garrisons. What I plan on doing is having 2 divisions this way, and then I will come back. I will pick the other 2 and go like this. So I will just go like this and that, and then at the same time, I will attempt to intercept. Let's see. I'll just do these 4 tiles for interception. I will pick my cast, and I will ground attack. And I'll, like, let a little bit of time go by, and now I'll send to my attack, so maybe they'll, like, rotate back and forth forever. Ground attack like this. They will probably reach when the other ones leave. That's the goal here. Didn't work out exactly, but it's alright. Now, garrisons are they are very slow. They move half a kilometer, or quarter of a kilometer an hour. That's pretty bad. I have to keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that. Now, what's going on down here? Let's see. I see some stuff because I have something over here, or Italy does, rather. Yeah, they have stuff, so I'm not sure how much quite right now. Alright, they have landed, so now the goal is very simple. You just go like that, and it should take a little bit of time. I just see 1 division here, actually, rather than... Yeah, that's just 1 division. With some air support here, this should be very easy. That's a skill 0, guys, so that's the problem with these minor countries. They just don't have high skill guys, and yeah, that stinks for them. There's the shore bombardment. It's 25%. It's very nice. At the same time, I'm going to pull back these transports just to not get them absolutely sunk. So I will pull them back. I sent in another division just to speed this up because it's much faster than these slow garrisons. So I should get Oslo. What does it say? March 5th? 14 hours. Maginot Line lost its forts. It's fine. Alright, good. Good. And clean that up. I have plenty of aircraft in this battle for sure. Should be no problem, and there we go. Very nice. Good. Now, Norway is not that hard to defend, really, because a lot of the ports are in, like, mountains and forests and stuff like that, but it's just down here where it's not. I will have to keep an eye on that. And actually, let's see. What should I do here? Strat redeploy, I guess. This is something kind of silly that you could do with Germany and probably other countries as well. Is if you choose to convoy raid off the coast, but not off the coast, but one tile, I should say, one tile off of their coast, they won't react, I think, to intercept you. So you could just sink like a lot of stuff if you go like this. There it is. You just start sinking all kinds of convoys like nonstop. Let me just do this. You just start racking up ridiculous amounts of things sunk. Now, I don't do this. I think it's really lame to abuse the AI like this, but if you're playing, I don't know, multiplayer, I guess, you could just do that. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I just wanted to show you that it is possible. Oh no, what is that? Oh no, no, no. Okay. I was on like speed like 6. I was on max speed, barely paying attention. I was watching this actually, and I was watching just random air battles all over the place. This is not supposed to happen. This was not in the plan. I hope Italy can hold off. The good news is that I have like 20 divisions right here. Really good divisions. So not that far away. I'm gonna send in 2 cores. I guess, let's see. I guess I'll send in these 2 cores right here. It's actually only 9 divisions, because this one is missing something. Somehow. I don't know. I guess I'll send in, yeah, I'll send in these 2 cores, and I'll just see what happens, but this is not planned. They're getting their butt kicked by the UK. Don't know how that's even possible, because the UK doesn't have anything scary over here, I think. I think the plan here is to, for now, just occupy one tile at a time all the way down. So strat redeploy, like that, really? Interesting. Strat redeploy, and then strat redeploy, and just get some kind of a border perimeter for now. And then after I do that, I could reevaluate the situation. Skill 0, really, Italy? Well, that is why they are not a serious country in this game. Just like in Hearts of Iron 4, usually. Sending over one more core. What a mess. What a mess. Although, this should be getting better now that I have air power, and they don't have an air base to even utilize to stop my bombers. I'm pounding them really hard, but they just got Genoa down there. This should be not that bad. Again, I have aircraft. They don't. They have no air bases over here. They might have carriers offshore. Who knows? But I have plenty of bombers. I'm just bombing the crap out of them. They have fighters from someplace. That must be from... I don't know where that's from, actually. Let's see. I just don't know. What? What is this? Alright, now look. This is what I was talking about before in France. When they take something with just one division, before they flood in with all their backup divisions that are just slower, you want to start the combat immediately. And the goal is just to have one guy in defense, and I should win. They can't even pierce me. So this should be quite easy unless I get attacked from multiple sides. Then it gets complicated, but yeah, this is what you want to do. Oh my. Oh my. I'm going to end the episode here. This is why Hearts of Iron 3 is such a great game, and 4 as well, I suppose, right? They're both like this, where sometimes things just happen that you did not expect, and it completely changes. Well, it doesn't change that much for me, to be honest, but it does make it more interesting, so I'll be back soon.